Hey, trailblazers! Layla here, daring you to rise up in life and business. Just checking that the video and the live stream is all good. I think we are live, which is awesome. How are you guys doing? I hope all is well. It's been, I think it's been about a week. But it's awesome to be back. Thank you so much for all of the amazing, beautiful messages. They've all been received, and I'm getting through every single one for my birthday. So I have this thing that I have to obviously reply just because out of courtesy and so on. So I'm getting through them. Those of you who are jumping on live, say hey, drop a message, drop a comment. In fact, drop a comment below. And so that I can also say hey and see that the comments are working. That would be awesome. Love hearts, thumbs up, all of that good stuff. Feel free to share as well, and that would be great. So I think we have got a title on here. I can't see it up on my screen, but in this video we are talking about a question that somebody recently asked me. In fact, it wasn't just one person, there were about 3 people that said to me, well, what if somebody copies what I do? They've got business ideas, I want to write books, I want to illustrate books as well. And I was like, okay, let's talk about this. Because interestingly, last week, there was a little bit of an incident where somebody copied my post, one of my posts, literally word for word, including the offer as well. And he just added like a couple of what are the flame kind of emojis, and it was just really interesting because I was like, okay, so the guy's admitted that he's copied it literally word for word, and he wasn't going to remove it even though I asked him to, rightfully of course. So it really got me thinking about this conversation, and a couple of people, like I said, have asked me the same thing over the past week or so. Hey everybody, awesome to have you guys here. Drop a comment below, let me know where you're at. If you have any questions, drop those through as well, and I will answer them once I'm on. And please do feel free to share as well. It'd be awesome to connect with you. So going back to what happened with that guy, so I asked him to tag me to make sure that it's got the picture, and I'll explain why in a second. Explain to him, to like, obviously tag and credit where credit is due and so on. And he basically, essentially, he was trying to say, okay, I'm going to do it, but he didn't do it. My assistant was badass about this because my assistant just got straight onto it, reported it to Facebook, and I was just like, yes, come on, bodyguard. So what had happened was the guy had copied the post exactly as it was, shared it on his. I rightfully asked him, politely of course, to make sure that it's credit where credit is due and it's tagged and so on. And what this really highlighted to me was that yes, there is a risk when we share our message and our heart and soul out there, when we have these unique ideas or viewpoints and perspectives and so on, and people appreciate it. They want to share it. Absolutely share for sure, but always with credit. Give credit where credit is due. So where he didn't do that, it was really interesting because for me, I was having these conversations with a couple of other people. Hey guys, drop a comment below, let me know where you're at, and if you have any questions as well, it'd be awesome. I can answer them whilst I'm online. And so 2 women in particular had asked me, I want to set up my business, I want to write books, I want to share my art, but what if someone copies me? And I said what I had initially thought many years ago when I first started as well. And I basically said, listen, at the end of the day, you can take practical action if somebody chooses to copy you, right? And a practical action is a conversation. The next level is a warning. The next level is legal action. So this kind of goes back to my teaching days, which I still do anyway, once in a while. But it is that whole kind of process, because at the end of the day, we're all adults, right? And we all have a message on our heart. We all have something that we want to share when it comes to business. We want to be of service and we want to help others. And so when I shared this, some of the conversations were really interesting. One of the women was like, okay, I get where you're coming from. At the end of the day, there are actions you can take. Hey, my love. Hey, Miela. So nice to see you. So there are actions that you can take. What is more important? Okay, so knowing what the actions are that you can take is one thing. The other thing that is actually far more important is you sharing your heart and soul and your message, right? For your art, sharing your art with the world. That is the most important thing, because your peace of mind is in that, your inner freedom is in that, your whole soul's purpose, your mission, your inner calling. It's all part of the art that you want to share with the world, right? So if other people are going to copy that, there are repercussions, right? Um, that can be taken care of. But if it's a reason or an excuse for you to not share your art, then you've got to dig deeper and really look into your message and value your message far more importantly than how you feel about sharing your art. Right? Does this make sense? I hope it does. Post any comments below, and I'll definitely answer them as we go through. So, for example, there are things that look, my heart and soul wants me to say or do, and the ego mind would resist for sure. But because I value the message so much higher than how I feel about being a little bit uncomfortable, then I'm going to do what has to be done to get the message out, right? To share the art. That has far more positive impact than anything else. So, for the author's hair, the writer's hair, the coach's hair, exactly right. You get it, Mihaela. Yes. For everybody here, you've got to understand that your message comes first. How you feel about it is actually where your soul growth is and where your personal development is. Because I know for myself, like I can't sleep at night if I have not shared my heart and soul, whether that's a written post, a video, a live stream, a newsletter, Insta stories, Facebook stories, whatever it might be, LinkedIn articles, whatever it might be. I cannot rest at peace, right? And I'm sure it's the same for you as well. So what we're wanting you to do is to honor the message, honor the heart and soul purpose that is within you, because it's only you who can say what you need to say. And it's only you who has the gift to share your message and your art. Now, here's the other thing, right? No one can copy who you are. No one can copy your vibe. No one can copy your personality. No one can copy your uniqueness, your individuality. No one can copy that. And no one can copy how you attract your ideal audience, because the vibe that emanates out of you, that is far more powerful, and it serves its purpose for you, right? So for example, I've got an amazing tribe of trailblazers. You guys are here, and it's so awesome. I love getting your messages and interacting with you guys, and I love our tribe, right? It's an amazing tribe of trailblazers, and it's taken me about 7 or 8 years to build it up. But I know for sure that we have such a deep like soul resonance. And I also know that there's just a deeper purpose, right? There's a deeper purpose for us to all be connected. And that deeper purpose is a unique connection. And so bringing it back to you, who you are meant to attract is always going to come into your world. People will come into your world when you show up as your true self, as your highest version, as your best version, however that looks and feels for you at this moment in time. So when it comes to the work that you're here to do, sharing your message, sharing your art, coaching, teaching, mentoring, writing, speaking, and all of that good stuff. Most of my clients are entrepreneurs who are in those fields. You sharing your message is far more important. Your uniqueness, your individuality is a thing that you get to express yourself through, and that is what cannot be copied. And when you show up in that unique way, you're not actually going to have people copying you. You're just going to have people really feeling inspired by how you do you and how you can help them be the best version they can be too, right? If you guys are getting this, like thumbs up, love hearts, comments below, let me know if this is resonating. I know that there's somebody here that needs to hear these messages. We attract what we vibrate. Boom, exactly, Mihaela. That is it. We attract what we vibrate. So if you're vibrating, let's go into this, right? So if you're vibrating, if you're vibing at like fear of what other people will think or say or do, you're actually vibrating at, you're kind of repelling first of all, you're repelling what you're here to do, but you're also repelling those people who want to learn from you, who want to engage with you and work with you and connect with you, whatever that might be. Hey Stephen, love from Bonnie, Scotland. Awesome. Thank you, great words, thank you. So what you're wanting to do is to shift that vibration of fear of, oh my gosh, what will people say? Oh my gosh, will people copy my work? Oh my gosh, do I need to trademark this? Do I need to do that, this, that, and the other? Transform that into owning your gifts, owning your words, right? Owning your personality, your characteristics, your individuality, and your uniqueness. Now, one of the things that I did right at the beginning, because of course I sat with this question years ago when I first started, and I knew that I would always have these like words of wisdom coming through. These words of wisdoms are from my soul, from my spirit, right? And I kind of branded them as Leila's wise vibes. So there was definitely a part of the question that I'm answering here that was the answer. It was like, okay, how do I kind of brand my vibe, my words, so that number one, so that they're not copied, but number two, so people know that it's oh, those are Leila's that's kind of what Leila would say, right? And it's amazing because over the years it's really resonated with a lot of people. And that's all it was, that's all it was. So there are definitely ways for you to share your message and your art, where you get to just freely express who you are, connect with your tribe, connect with your audience, attract them into your world, bring them into your world, and you get to still be a badass boundaries kind of boss lady or boss guy about your container of work. It's never an excuse to hold yourself back from sharing your heart and soul and your gifts, by caring what others are going to think of you. It can't be an excuse, and listen, it's really uncomfortable because there are things that I've talked about and shared in posts as well over the years, which have been like, oh my god, am I really going to say this? Am I really going to do it? And it's like, listen, if it's coming through me, then it has to come through me because that's where soul growth is, and I'm the person that message can come through for the other person, for the recipients at the other end, and also for me as well. Do you get what I mean? I hope you guys are resonating with this and getting it. From the comments, it obviously sounds like you guys are. So if you do have any questions, drop them below. I just want to double check, see if there's anything else. Oh, and the last thing that I'm going to say is about karma. I think I probably will do a video about this separately, but just remember, we live in a universe that is supporting each of us, right? And so you get to trust that the universe is working in your favor. Awesome, Mihaela. Yes! You get to trust that the universe is working in your favor. So if somebody does or says something which is not well intentioned, it's like my soul just wants me to tell you the words straight up. If somebody does something to hurt you or something which is not well intentioned, they've created their own situation, their own kind of karma, their own energy. And karma is essentially the universal law of cause and effect, right? So there's a cause, as in the thoughts, the beliefs, the statements, the energy, and then there's going to be an inevitable effect. So if somebody has the intention to copy somebody else because they can't be bothered to do the work, they've created their own karmic energy, and there is going to be an effect to that. And the effect of that doesn't actually have to be your responsibility because the universe is taking care of that person's energy, right? And that person's vibe and their consequences and their circumstances. You get to just show up and trust that you're doing what you're here to do, your message is reaching who it's meant to reach, and that everything is in divine order. And of course, you've got to have boundaries. Absolutely, you've got to have boundaries. This is what I was talking about earlier. The 3 boundaries that I usually have is a conversation to start off with, a warning if needs be, and legal action if it needs to go down that route. Yeah? Alrighty, guys. So I think that is the message that's needed to come through. If you do have any questions, please do drop them below. I forgot to say at the beginning, if you're watching the replay, just hashtag replay in the comments, let us know. And if you do have any questions for other videos, please do send them through, DM me, and I will get back to you. Also, as well, we have a couple of hours. So it's at midnight tonight. My 21-day money mindset course goes up to £35. It's £22 at the moment, which is nothing, to learn how to manifest more money in your business, in your life. One of my students last month manifested £49,500. Another manifested about £2,400. Others manifested new clients and customers, new business, new opportunities, new course ideas as well, all with money kind of attached as well. It's such an awesome course. It's only £22. I will drop the link below. It's also on my feed. Grab it at £22. We start on Friday. Okay, so we start on Friday. And it will be amazing to have you join the Trailblazers tribe, manifesting more money, reaching more people, doing what you're here to do, and sharing from your heart and soul. Alrighty, guys, I will speak to you really soon. And remember, you are the hero you have been looking for. I'll catch up with you guys soon. Bye. Oh, you're welcome. I just see your comment there. Thank you so much, Mihaela.